searching for a bird on my beer can here, right here. And hell, wanna cut my cock on your pipe, top cold bitch. Metallicore, you want some more? Drink liquor from your cutlass lips, rub against your cylinder hips. Want more? Let's fuck behind the trucks. Dear Jude. All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see? I ain't so good without you. Once I'll never use them for arms. Who are they gonna hold when you abuse them? Your goodbyes left me with eyes that cry. How can I go anywhere without you? Baby, you took the best, so why not take all the rest of this mess? I'm gonna stop and tell a story. Now I know you all got your own problems. We all have our life stories. You got a story, right? You probably got some anecdotes, right? I mean, you've lived. How old are you? Do you mind me asking? How old are you? ¿Cuántos años? You're 40? You look good for 40. I'm 40 as well. You all have lives, but you see, when times are good, we don't learn a whole hell of a lot, you know? It's not really like when you're going to buy a new iPhone that you go, what's the meaning of life? It's usually the kind of sense. So I'm going to share a little story. When I was a kid, because I've been doing this since I was about 16 years old, but I was also a cleaner and I was a dancer. And maybe some of you don't remember, but 9th Avenue, 8th Avenue, 42nd Street were not, they were funky, but they weren't really the place you wanted your child. So I was a dancer. Now, in these places, they were called, in the old days, I'm going to tell you a little bit of New York history. In the old days, they were called clip joints. Because the sailors would come in, and they would think they were drinking champagne, but it wasn't champagne, it was just rotten wine. And I was 16 and a half years old, it was not a nice place to be. Anyway, a lot of the times, there was nobody there. It was very quiet, so I'd read because I educated myself, and I was reading the autobiography of Lenny Bruce. And I'm at the bar, empty bar, nobody in there. And the owner came over to me. And he said Frenchie, because that was my name at the time. Because I was a dancer, you don't use a real name. Or Vivo, you use silly names. Or Sugar. He goes, whatever. He goes, if I wanted a librarian, I would have hired a fucking librarian. And he, boom. Now, I was a little heavier than I am now, but not that much heavier. I'm pretty small. So I went flying off a bar stool. And then flying into 9th Avenue. And there were working girls at the time, you know, sex workers. And they go, what'd that man do to you? I said, did you see what he did? And they said, you go and tell your agent, because nobody could lay their hands on you. So I went and told my agent. He was a big guy. Now, if you're in New York, that means he was connected. He was in the mob, which meant if he was in the mob, they couldn't hit you. He was mad. He was mad. He goes, nobody's gonna lay their hands on you, Frenchie, or whatever your name is, little girl. So the next day, we went back to the club. This guy was big. He was enormous. Huge. The size of a doorway. He was huge. And we go back to the bar, and there's that little bar owner who had hit me. He goes, I'm sorry. I got a rotten temper, so he broke open, and I swear to God, he broke open a bottle of real champagne. Real, not the stuff that we sold to the customers, real champagne. And he goes, I'm sorry, I get stressed out, I have a temper. So we all drank good champagne. Everything was fine, it was really good. And then it got quiet again, so I'm still reading, because I'm a slow reader. Lenny Bruce. And he came over and he said, if I wanted a fucking librarian, I would have hired a librarian. Boom. And I went flying back in again to 9th Avenue. And this time the working girls were going, you dumb bitch, what are you doing back here? And I said, but I go, I'm gonna tell my agent. They go, you're stupid. So I went back to my agent. And I said, you know what he did? You know what he did? He did it again, he hit me again. And my agent said, you too dumb to get hit. And then he, bang, I got beaten. And I knew to keep my mouth shut because he was, and you don't want to end up at the bottom of the river. Now I know you're wondering, why am I telling such a depressing story? But I learned a really important lesson, and you're not going to learn it in school. Never. They are not philanthropists. Do not knock on a door that says poison, expecting to get ice cream. Y'all, it's tough. Usually that story clears a room real fast. This is so strange. I'm sorry about the glasses. I'd like to. I'm seeing your eyes with here. I've done a lot of rotten things on stage. I never wear sunglasses on stage. It's rude, but please believe me that I'm looking and I see you.